Hey, my name is Paul, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up quite imposing sequences for business cards that have bleeds. To follow along, you're going to need Acrobat Professional with quite imposing, and in this video we'll also be using a little bit of InDesign. Um, Again, this Mac is old, software is old, so hopefully it's pretty close to yours. Alright, so first thing, let's look at some files that have crops and bleeds so we know what we're talking about. Let's open, I got a bunch here. So let's open this first one. Standard business card, but it's got crop marks. And of course, when you use crop marks, you get weird sizes like this. So it's pretty much 3.5 by 2 with crop marks. Now, if you go to the second side, this is the side that bleeds, which means the artwork or text or whatever goes beyond your cut lines. So let's go up to View, and we'll go to Show Hide, and Rulers and Grids, and choose Rulers. And if we click and drag from the ruler to the first crop mark, click and drag to the other one way over here, and then go to the top ruler, click and drag down to there, and then click and drag to the bottom one. Now these indicate where it's going to be cut. So whenever you cut, you want to cut right through the artwork. You don't want your artwork to go right to the line. And I'll go over why that would be a bad idea. Alright, so let's close this. And now we're going to make a business card with crops and bleeds. So you know how to make them right. So let's choose InDesign. And we're going to go to File, New, and Document. Now we're going to make it 2 pages. We're going to have a business card with a front and back. And the width of the business card is 3.5 by 2 inches, which is standard business card size. Margins we're not going to use. Make your bleed 0.125. That's how far your image is going to bleed over the edge. And slug doesn't need to be anything. And okay. Okay, so let's zoom out a little. Zoom out, which is Command minus if you want to use the keyboard. Just do zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's do side 1. We'll do something simple. Hit your text tool, and we're going to drag it. This white area, this is your business card size. This red line around it, that's your bleed. So for this side, we're going to drag from this corner to this corner with our text tool. Let's just type, business card. Type anything pretty much. Let's highlight it, and then we can use these up here to center it. This is like this side, this is that side, and this is the center. Now we want it in the middle. And to do that, we're going to go to Object, Text Frame Options. You can also hit Command B on your keyboard to get there. And down here, Vertical Justification. The alignment right now is at the top. So we're going to change that to center. And hit OK. And we'll blow that up a little bit, make it 24, I guess. So that's fine. Now, let's go down here, and we'll go to side 2. Side 2, let's just make it a solid color. So let's come over here to our text frame box. And this time, instead of dragging from here, we're going to drag from outside this bleed area. And we're going to drag from here all the way to here. Now, let's fill that. Doesn't really matter. Pick red. Okay. Now let's save this. And we'll call it Business Card Bleeds. And we'll save that to the desktop. Now we're going to need a PDF to use. Well, actually, before we do that, let's go over why it needs bleeds. So we'll take this and we'll bring this this is the wrong way to do it. You would just fill your business card, right? Now, on your keyboard, if you hit W, it gives you like a preview area. You know, it gets rid of all the text frames, and so you can kind of see what it looks like better. And then you hit W again, and then it goes back to like your work area. All right, so let's hit W again and go back to preview. Now, if you click on this, the problem is, as it goes through the production process, your business card, the sheet moves around a little bit in the machines. So if you don't bleed it and it moves a little, see if I hit the arrow key, you're going to have, some of your cards might have a little bit of white space because it moved and you didn't put a bleed in. Or it might move this way, and then you might have that. Or it might move this way, and you might have that. Or you could have this, or you could have this. And you don't want any of that. You want solid. You want it like this, all the way around. So hit W again, and then go back to your work area, and you can drag this whole thing up to here. And then you can just drag it here. That way, hit W again. So now you have all this area for it to move. So if it moves a little this way, moves a little that way, moves a little this way, whatever, you know, you get some area here. So it won't go off the sheet. All right. So you can use these things up to the center. The centers it one way, the centers it the other way. I think that's horizontal and that's vertical. Okay, so now let's make a, now that we have a proper bleed, actually hit W again to a work here, so we get a proper bleed. The first side, we're just going to leave that. This is the important side for the bleed. All right, so we're going to go to File and Export, because we're going to export it as a PDF. Down here, you want Adobe PDF Print. Then we're going to just save it to the desktop and hit Save. Now, here is your export PDF settings. You're going to have all kinds of stuff in here, probably. I got rid of all that stuff because I don't use it. So put it on Press Quality, which will be one thing you should have in there. Then we're going to save a special preset for crops and bleeds, which is we're going to go down here to Marks and Bleeds. Click that. And we just for this one, we're just going to use crop marks. We keep it simple. So we want our crop marks, and then we want it to bleed. We want to allow it to bleed that second page. So we're going to click this up a couple times. 0.125 is kind of a standard, industry standard. Now, in case we come back and we want to keep hitting this, we don't want to keep coming in here and hitting this, coming in here and hitting this, hitting that. We're going to save preset. And we're going to choose that, crops and bleeds. And hit OK. So next time, you know, if you come in here and you're on Press Quality, instead of doing that other stuff, you can just choose crops and bleeds, and you get this and that, and that's it. And so hit Export. And that's it. So close this, we don't need it. Save, sure. Now click on your desktop. This is the InDesign file we just made. This is the PDF we just made from it. So let's open the PDF. Now there's the front, you get your crops, shows you where it's going to get cut. And then the second side, you can see where it gets cut. We're going to cut through the artwork, through this big solid. And that's the way we want it. So show hide, rulers and grids, rulers, and click and drag. It's going to cut through there. It's going to cut through here. It's going to cut through here and cut through there. So this area outside, that's all going to go in the trash. And this is our area to make sure our bleed comes out okay. All right, so our file's okay. So we're going to set up a quite imposing preset to multi this up. So let's go to Plugins, quite imposing, Automated Sequences. And these are the ones we set up. We got our business card category from before, and these are the ones in our business card category. So let's set up a new category. Add new, so choose under this first menu, just choose add new category. And we'll call this one business cards bleed. And hit OK. All right, so there's nothing in our category. So we are going to hit this button, create a new sequence. Actually cancel that. Now I talked about before how when you add crops you get weird sizes, and I don't like weird sizes because I like to keep it simple. So the first thing we're going to do is make this a normal size. And plus this uses up more space than you need. So we're going to create a new sequence. First thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the page size right here. So you can even, so just double click it. Now in this box, create a new document instead of modifying this one, we're not going to do that. So unclick that. Now, this first one we'll do for letter size. Tall, wide, just leave it the way it is for the moment. Resizing, this part's important. You want it on here, do not scale, crop, or add extra space. If you choose either of these, because we're going to chop off some of this outside area, if you choose either of these, the program's going to try to shrink it to fit in the area that we're chopping off, and you don't want that. We want to keep it the way it is and chop off what's there. So choose do not scale, crop, and or add extra space. This one, you can use it on clockwise or counterclockwise. I'll show you why we're going to leave it on either one of these. It doesn't really matter later. So leave it on that, and we're going to use an entire document. And hit OK. Then hit next. And we're going to call this one business card leads letter. You can call it anything you want. We choose advanced and hit finish and then hit play. That's not what we want. Close this, don't save. Open it back up, and we're going to go back in and edit, adjust page sizes, and we don't want letter. So I'm going to choose more choices to find a new, and we're going to choose 3.75 by 2.25, which is, so instead of 3.5 by 2, we're going to add a 1/4 inch to both, because we have a 1/8 bleed all the way around. So we're going to hit OK, and OK, and next, and finish, and OK, and now hit it. Okay, so we chopped off the area outside, and it looks nice. Well, that's what we want. And now we have 3.75 by 2.25, which is much better. Now we're going to multi it up for letter size. So we're going to go edit, and then we're going to choose, go down here, and like the other video, we're going to choose step and repeat. We don't want to create a new document, so unclick that. These two stay in the first setting. Choose next. We don't need to add crop marks because it already has its own crop marks. So just don't do anything, just hit next. And we're going to tell it just to fit as many as it can. So we'll choose 0 and 0. And what size sheet? We want letter size. And the alignment, we want it to be in the middle. Hit OK. Finish. Next. Finish. Do you want to overwrite what's there? Yes. So hit OK. And we'll close this because it's going to run both of those again. It might not matter, but we'll close it without saving anyway. And our card, open that back up, and we'll hit it. And that's how many fit on 8.5 by 11. And you can see we have our bleed. If we go back up to view, show high, rulers, go down here to rulers, or you can hit Command R. ruler and we click and drag. It's going to cut here, and then up here. We're going to cut here and cut there. So that looks pretty good. And then the other one will be over there. And the next one will be in the next area. So, and these are called gutters. So you have gutters around everything. So if anything moves, it won't affect your image area. And the other side matches that side. So that's what we want. That looks pretty good. All right, so let's close that. Don't save. Let's open it up again. Now, just like we did in the other video, we're going to set it up for different sizes. So we're going to go into Manage, and we're going to duplicate. And this one we're going to choose 11 by 17, and hit OK, and close. Now over here, we're going to choose the one we just made. And now we have to change it to 1117 because all we did was make a copy of the other one and change the name. So hit Edit, and we're going to come in here to Step and Repeat. Next, hit Next again. Now we're going to change our sheet size to 11 by 17. And then Finish. Hit Next. Finish again. If you want to replace, OK. And then hit Play. And now we have it for 11 by 17. And you get your crops and your bleeds. And that looks good. So let's close that. Don't save it. Open it up again. Now we're going to make one for 12 by 18. So let's go into Manage. Same thing we did before. We're going to duplicate it. And we're going to go change that to 12 by 18. And we'll hit OK. And we'll close. And then we're going to go up here. And we're going to pick the one we just made. Just 1218. And now we have to change the sheet size to 1218. So we're going to choose Edit. I'm going to double click Step and Repeat. And that's OK. We'll hit Next. That stays the same. We hit Next. And then up here, we're going to choose 12 by 18. And again, if these don't show up, you can go into more choices, and then you can pick them from there. So we'll choose, but it's already here, so we'll choose 1218. We'll leave it on Best Fit. So you can choose itself. And we'll hit Finish. And Next. And Finish. Rewrite. Yes. So hit OK. And then we'll hit it and see what happens. And now it's on 1218. As many will fit the best way. The only thing is, this goes too close to the edge of the sheet. And a lot of machines can't do that, and so you're not going to want that. So right now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to close this. Don't save. Reopen that file. And we're going to go into Edit. And we're going to go into Step and Repeat. And we're going to hit Next. And we're going to hit Next. And then maximum numbers of rows. We want 7. Because 0 will just choose the most it can, whichever way it fits best. So we'll hit Finish. Next. Finish. Rewrite. Yes. Hit OK. And then hit it. And now you got one less. And you get your crops and bleeds. That looks good. And so this looks okay. And that's how you set them up. Set up business cards with crops and bleeds. So let's close that. Don't save. So let's try these cards. Set up the same way. There's your front page. There's your side 2. It's got bleeds. So set that up for 1218. Hit it. And that looks good. And that looks good too. So that's correct. Close that. Don't save. Now this one is a vertical card. But it's got the correct bleed. It bleeds. The outward bleeds off, so that's correct. And that place where it said never rotate it or rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise. It's going to rotate this to fit the thing. So if you choose never, it would probably look messed up. And so if it did, you're going to have to close it without saving, reopen it, go back in, find out where it said never, and change it to either clockwise or counterclockwise. So let's hit play and see what happens. Actually, let's choose a different size. Let's choose 1117 and hit play on that. And so that looks good. And notice it rotated it. So that's fine. Close it. Don't save. We'll open that one again. And this time, let's set it for 1218 and hit it. And that looks good. So you get your crops, you get your bleeds. It's 1218, so that's good. So let's close this one. Don't save. Here's another one. Let's do that one on letter with bleeds. Actually, this one, close this, don't save, and reopen it. Notice this one's already been cut down to 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. But that's what size we're going for anyway, so it doesn't matter, which is why it works fine. All right, so that's good. Close, don't save. Let's check these. There's another one. This one bleeds both sides. So let's set it for either one of these. Doesn't matter. And you get your crops, you get your bleeds. Sheet size 11 by 17. The other side, bleeds, looks good. Remember, you always want to be cutting through your artwork, never like right on the edge. Let's close that. Let's save. Got one more. Same thing. This one bleeds actually a little bit right there. And the other side kind of looks like our card without the text. Let's choose 1218. Doesn't really matter. You play. And that looks good. And that looks good. So that's how you set them up for crops and bleeds. And don't save. And I think that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching.